Hi, my name is Aida. I'm a civil rights trial lawyer in Washington, D.C. I just want to comment on the church's reaction to the Sonya Massey shooting. I've been watching different pastors and just different platforms who are commenting on the officer who shot the black woman in her face when she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And I'm really surprised that Christians are still not able to confront racism as a church. We know that racism is a demon. It is a form of wickedness. Sonya Massey detected that spirit in her home and she spoke to it. She said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And that demon responded by shooting her. I'm just really, I guess I'm grieved and saddened that pastors in the church still can't confront racism as an ill that has destroyed the fabric of our nation. We had an opportunity to do it in 2020 when George Floyd was murdered, brutally murdered, in the public eye, and the church could not come together on that. Christians just failed to address racism as an issue, failed to cry out. Now in 2024, 4 years later, and interestingly, another election year, here we are with an officer shooting this woman in her face. Officers aren't even trained to do stuff like that, shooting people in the head. I mean, it's like center mass generally is how they're trained. Demon responded by shooting this woman in her face. She did nothing wrong, and the church cannot actually say that racism is real. I was watching Mike Signorelli on his podcast, and he was talking, and he said, well, did race have something to do with it? And he couldn't emphatically answer that with a yes. We should know by now that racism is hate and that it is a spirit that God is against. It is contrary to every biblical principle. Racism has destroyed cultures, it has destroyed people, it destroys morality, and that is why our nation is in the situation that it's in. Because we have not, as Christians, we're supposed to be salt and light, right? Those are our two roles biblically. Salt is a preserving agent and light exposes. When you're a pastor or a Christian and you have a platform, whether you're a Christian influencer or not, your job is to be light, is to expose wickedness, is to expose darkness. Here we have a chance to expose darkness, the darkness of racism, and as Christians, black, white, in between, we still cannot confront this issue. Are we going to be salt? Are we going to preserve the fabric of this nation? Are we going to preserve the sanctity of the church? Are we going to preserve our position as Christians, as believers, those who are supposed to live by a higher standard, those who are supposed to uphold biblical principle on the earth? Are we going to be salt? Are we just going to treat this as just another crazy incident? And wow, this is just an outlier. It's not. This is a product of a spirit that is in this land. It's a spirit called racism. It's existed since the beginning of time. But we as Christians still can't wrap our minds around that and address this. And let me just say, the land will not heal without salt and light. America will not heal without salt and light. Everybody coming together to say racism is wrong. I just wanted to hop on here and say that and just express my heart on that matter. I'm really, really praying for the church right now. It's another election year. We've got a lot going on spiritually, and the Lord would allow this to happen. But Christians, just to see how his people will respond, how will the believers respond, how will the Christians respond to this? Are we going to pass this test, or are we going to fail it like we did in 2020?